The Master Collector program has been announced, and there is so much that I am excited for. It's our chance to work on our strategy on how to get closer to Master Collector program and be there once the leveling system starts to come out. And today we're going to be talking about my strategy and some things that you should be thinking of. So let's get started. Welcome everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking some time to come and watch this video on the channel. Master Collector program Medium article was insane, and I've done a full deep dive on everything that you should be paying attention to when it comes to the Master Collector. So I'd recommend watching that video. But if you're someone who already knows what's going on and you want a strategy that you should potentially follow or just a better understanding and seeing it in front of your face, I made a sheet to go over all of my thoughts with it and potentially some of the calculations that you should be thinking of in regards to this. Let's get started with it. I've made this sheet in relation to the article that has already been released, and I don't 100% know if I'm right. If I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments, as I'd love to rework it to actually make it relating to what I'm doing. But to me, there's going to be a really blatantly obvious thing to do and save a lot of money but earn a lot more points. Because if the Master Collector is your aim here, then this is going to be the best way to do it. And especially if you're wanting more points for the lottery system, then I think I've found the best strategy to go for. And I compare collectibles and comics. I'm going to go over everything here just to make sure you understand completely what I'm trying to say as I go through the spreadsheet. And then we're going to talk about it further and what you can actually do. What we're seeing here then is you get 1 point for each given collectible that you've owned. And if collectibles are held, they will be subjective to diminishing points. So the second collectible you hold gets 0.75, the third is 0.35, and 4 or more is 0.1. Now collectibles are specific rarities and or mints will receive bonus points. The rarities are 0.2 bonus points for the rare, 0.3 for the ultra rare, and 0.5 for the secret rare. The low editions, I don't do anything in regards to this here, as the low editions are always a lot more than the higher editions. So this isn't something we're going to take into consideration, but you do get 0.5 points for the collectibles that are below sub 150. And with the sets, you're going to get 6 points for every 5 collectibles or more in the set, 5 points for 4, 3.5 for 3, 2.5 for 2, 1.5 for 1. And if you've completed duplicate sets, you're going to get 30% points versus the unique set. Third set is 20% and fourth set on is 10%. So for example, if you own 2 Superman collectibles, you're going to get 1.95 points daily, because that's 1.5 points for the 1 collectible sets, and the second Superman is getting 30% of the unique set, which is 0.45 points, leading to the 0.9. And the final one is if a collector owns all released issues in a specific series, they will receive 5 points daily. For example, if Veve have released 4 issues of Amazing Spider-Man and a collector owns all 4 issues, they will receive daily points for each issue, plus 5 points for owning all released comic issues in that series. And if an additional one is added, then you have to get that in order to qualify. And if another issue is released in that series, you have to get that in order to get the bonus points. Now, this is the part that I paid the most attention to. And I may be wrong. I've asked a few people and they have also thought the same, and this is how it went. Now, I have went with Spider-Man in this one. And Spider-Man's obviously going to be a little bit more expensive, as it is a sort of well-known character, probably the most well-known character in the world. But I've went for all the comics here. I am not sure if they mean only Amazing Spider-Man comic series, or you have to have them all. And I'll do the calculations just off screen just to make sure, because Amazing Spider-Man have released 3, which means you would get even more for a cheaper price. But here you can see at the top all of the points that you're going to get for specific things relating to comic books and the collectibles held, the bonuses that you're going to get for each. Now, if we take all of the common Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man series comics that have been released, we get to a total of 84 gems that they are going to cost as of right now. Now, this is the 1st of November. That's what they cost right now. If we complete 1 set of the Amazing Spider-Man, what we're going to get is 5 base points for all the comic books owned, because we get 1 point per collectible owned. The bonus points we're going to get 0 because they're not part of the collectible series, but the comic bonus, because we have all of them, are going to get 5 a day, meaning the total is we're going to have 10 points daily for owning 5 of the Amazing Spider-Man common comics, which costs us 84 gems. Now, if we up that to 2 of the sets, meaning we own 10 collectibles, which is the Spider-Man comics of all the common that have been released so far, we're now going to get 8.75 base points, because remember, there's a diminishing bonus for each collectible that you add. We're not going to get any bonus points for the collectibles, but we are going to get 5 again for owning all of the comics in that series. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you don't get any more bonus points for a second set being complete within the digital comic series. I doubt you will, but we'll just keep it at 5 for now, meaning for 168 gems, you're going to get 13.75 points per day for owning 2 full sets of all the common comic books in relation to the Amazing Spider-Man. As we see in this section here, for 84 gems, you're going to be getting 10 total points, and then if we increase that to 2 of the full sets, you're going to be getting 13.75 points for 168 gems. If we do a third and fourth set of these, remember the diminishing bonus goes from 0.75 to 0.35 to 0.1 for 4 or more. We see that the base points we get are 10.5 and 11. We still get the same comic bonus of 5. And the total is going to be 15.5 and 16, meaning for 16 points, it would cost us 336 gems, but for 15.5 daily, it would cost us 252. And what I can see here, and I may have done all of my calculations wrong, but I don't believe I have, and if I have, please let me know down in the comments. It seems that having 2 or 3 sets, especially in the comic book series, are the best ways to go on this front. But what better way to compare it and to compare the prices and the things you're going to pay for the most points than with an average collectible set that are not related to the comic books. Here we've chosen the second season of the Harley Quinn drop, which is the 4 collectible sets with a common, uncommon, rare and ultra rare. Now right now on the 1st of November, the prices are 48, 75, 155 and 600. Complete one set of these, the base points we're going to get is 4 because we have obviously 1 point per collectible. And the bonus points we're going to get are 0.5 points, because if you hold a rare, you get a 0.2 bonus, and if you hold an ultra rare, you get a 0.3 bonus on everything that you're doing. Now, I don't know if that's a times in the 0.2 bonus or times in the 0.3, but it does say here that it's plus 0.2 bonus, so I just presume it's 0.2 of a point per the rarity. If we go from here, you see the set bonus is going to be 5, because if we look again, we can see that the 4 collectibles, you're going to get a 5-point bonus, which equals 9.5 total points per day for owning the full Harley Quinn set. And that is going to cost you 878 gems. And if you do it for a second set with the second time round, you're going to get the 4 points, the base bonus as per usual, and the 6.5 is the set bonus because you get diminishing returns with the set completions, which will lead you to 11 total gems and will cost you 1756. If I'm correct here, the comic books are 100% the way to go with all of this, because owning each individual series of one of each are going to cost a lot less than owning a full set of the collectibles. This has to ensure that the comic bonus is related to what I'm thinking of. And I'll read it again just to make sure that I'm not swaying out of reality in this situation. If a collector owns all released issues in a specific series, they will receive 5 points daily. For example, if Veve have released 4 issues of Amazing Spider-Man and a collector owns all 4 issues, they will receive daily points for each issue, plus the 5 points for owning all released comic issues in the series. That to me does say common comics. That doesn't mean that you have to have all 5 of them on all 4 series or all 3 series in order to get the bonus points. And it shows here that the best route to take is to either go 2 or 3 sets for each one, because you're going to get the most points for each series if you're able to complete it. I did the calculations if this was related to just the Amazing Spider-Man series, because they now do have 3 issues, Amazing Spider-Man 1, 361 and 50. It's going to cost you a total of 59 gems to get all 3 of the common at the moment. And right now, again, it's going to be the same conclusion for both of them. You get the base points of 3, 5.25 and 6.3 for owning all of these collectibles. The bonus points you're not going to get because they're not collectibles, but for the set bonus, again, you're going to get 5 for having all the series. And yes, if they add another one, you're going to have to buy that, which is going to add to it. But for now anyway, this is where you're going to be able to accumulate points, because you're going to get a total of 8 points for the first set, 10.25 for the second, and 11.3 for the third. The 11.6 just doesn't seem valuable enough to get for 0.3 points a day. But with these two, you could definitely earn a fair whack of points for 118 and 177 gems for owning 2 or 3 of the sets with all of these. This to me shows that the comic books, especially if you're aiming for Master Collector program and that highest rank, is the way to go. If you want the most gems to put into the drop lottery system, by getting 3 sets of each of the comics, have more than 3 dropped for that specific series, for example the Amazing Spider-Man, then this will be the best way to get the most points you can and accumulate the most points that you can to get the highest rank and the most points that you can get within this. It's not to say that collectibles are worthless, because at the end of the day, the Master Collector is only an addition to all of this, but what I would say is that this is an important aspect to pay attention to. Maybe have a further look at with your buying strategies with all of this and how you're thinking about moving forward. You got your own Master Collector program strategy? Let me know in the comments, as I'd love to hear your thoughts on how to move forward with this. I know the video on the screen right now will be something you'll love to watch. Have a fantastic day.